Good morning, dear viewers. Welcome to a new lineup on channel 61.
Who is always attentive to all the news.
Today, March 8th, we have rich news.
Starting from the heat point to tell lowest.
To start with the news, we move on the following report with Benjamin Figueroa. We're one of the founders of Home of Christ organization tells you how this community contribution to the homeless was born.
Leon Alan. At this moment, I am with Mr. Reyes, who is one of the representatives of the organization. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What was the reason for the origination of the foundation?
To begin with, Home of the Christ is a foundation that was created to public arrest the case of homeless people, regarding the claim that the Metropolitan Governor Claudio Orrego made to the central government of the last date regarding the lack of strategy to confront the phenomenon of the deaths in the Alameda Bandejon, the main road artery of the capital. From the ONG, the director of inclusion of the homeless, Andres Millar, stressed that's that problem that requires interventions that have of certain levels of complexity. They are not easy. We have done this with people who have complex problems, but our scale is very small because we are not the state. The state, so we managed to cover some situations in the world when there is accompaniment and support in the health, in houses and with specialized teams. The vast majority of people hit the stressed in any case. Miller said that deep down there is human rights problem. Oregon even presented that we have been in this government for almost 10 years. And we do not have a single strategy. We have wrecked the cadastre and they have not wanted to deliver it, and pointed of the responsibility of the Ministry of Social Development of Health.
And how many people has the home welcome?
Between 2020 and 2022, there were more than 8,300 people living on public roads in the metropolitan region, and figure which there is an indeterminate number that is installed in tents of the Alameda, according to the aforementioned secretary.
Thanks for your time.
With no problems.
And now we're done with production.
On this very special day called Women's Day, where several people have appeared in Plaza Baquedano, event heroes to demand the quality that they have showed so much. The public force it has become present, although it has not been an aggressive or dangerous demonstration.
Now we will address Benjamin Figueroa, who is the demonstration toward with a member of said match.
Production! Yes! Wow! Come on! Come here! Baby! What do you mean? Hey, come here, please! Come here!
Everyone in the studio. Today we will be interviewing the different women who are located here in Plaza Baquedano. Here we meet Sofia Bustos, who are agreed to answer so many questions. What are the areas in which they feel harmed or minimized?
The truth is that we were looking for equality in the system in which we are subject. As a woman, this affects our salary since the inequality is quite notorious. Living in a phallocentric society, the same work that a woman does together a man. A man can be paid much more just for being a man, even though they both have the same skill and knowledge. Apart from the fact that justice is still demanded for disappearance, murderers, and rape sisters who have not received justice. We fight for those who can no longer, and we demand justice for those who are no longer. Since the police do not protect us, much less justice benefits us, and we clearly demand a basic health right which will be legal, safe and free abortion, because maternity will be desired or it will not be.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Other news, a wave of violence against the sub-Saharan Africans in Tunisia has erupted after President Kais said singled out migrants as a source of crime. Blockade demolished a small window from which to complete the city, insufficient beds for the number of people staying, and the impossible of communication with outside the world. Thousands of sub-Saharans live in a space like there in the location of Sfax, the second most populous city in Tunisia, a key strategic place where tens of thousands of people have arrived in recent years, hoping to embark on the Italian island of Lampedusa.
And taking into account the precariousness with which migrants live, a climate of racist and xenophobic attacks unprecedented since President Kais Saied, accused of being the source of violence and criminality on February 21, has been added.
From one day to the next, after said speech, I don't have a moment to think. Suddenly some Tunisians came into my room, threw stones at me and told me to leave. Was the statement of 13 years old Ivorian who arrived in Tunisia 6 months ago and prefers to remain anonymous.
Several analysts have detected a before and after of said speech. The president directly pointed on the migrants a little over 2 months age, when he stated that there was a criminal plan to change the demographic composition of the country, in which individuals will receive large sums of money to give residence to sub-Saharan immigrants are involved. The organization about Cats Sans Frontières has estimated more than 700 arbitrary arrests since that date.
What's happening in Tunisia at the moment is very tragic. I hope that the authorities manage to arrest those involved in the problems that are emerging, in order to support those affected by racism and xenophobia.
In the following news, the municipality of Vitacura accuses a Torrealba of alleging a corruption scheme and figures the amount defrauded at 527 million.
From production, they tell us that thanks to the reporter Benjamin Figueroa, we have managed to get an exclusive interview by Zoom with the former mayor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Torralba.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
I am honestly fine with my family.
Torralba, sorry if this is a problematic question, but could you tell us where it is located?
At this time I cannot reveal where I am, since my lover does not allow it, but I can mention that I am inside of Chile.
According to what you are seeing here, I will be confirming in front of all the viewers that they are escaping from their own crime. Torralba, is there? Sir?
Apparently, he does not fit the disposition of the connection to continue with the interview.
Well, be right back with more news from Channel 61.
Excuse me. Yes. Could you help me with this because I can read or write?
Of course.
According to the most recent data, it is estimated that 244 million children and young people around the world do not attend school. 763 million young people and adults are illiterate, and less than 5 of the population over 50 years of age participate in adult education. In almost a third of the world's countries, their right to education is being violated. Do you want to be part of this problem or not?
Which showed the resident of the buildings managed to frustrate the eventual attack woman against his mother after having related her with death in her apartment in San Miguel.
We have just been informed that a 34-year-old man was sheltered at the inside an apartment during the early hours of the Friday in the commune of San Miguel, according to the information collected by Radio Bio Bio. The event occurred at the intersection of 4th Avenue and Traversal Avenue in the commune, where residents reporting heavy heard a woman desperate scream.
The subject, who already had a history of domestic and physiologic violence, threatened to kill his mother with a knife. In addition to looking here in the apartment where she was staying, after a few minutes, the woman managed to escape from the situation and went to the lobby of the building to make the corresponding complaint about the attack she had experienced by making a call to police.
The police officers reached the place, at which point the man began to insult and tear them from inside the apartment, but did not let them enter the house. This was what Vicente Merino, official of the Santiago Sur Prefectural Rome, related.
Finally, the police managed to enter to able to carry out the arrest of the accused.
Almost 60 children have died from malnutrition in Colombia. At the beginning of 2023, there have been 4,464 cases of acute malnutrition, of which 376 correspond to the region of the Guajira.
The Colombian Ombudsman Office released a report last Friday denouncing the death of 59 children under the age of 5 so far in 2023, amid alarming nutritional situation of the child population, especially in the department of the Guajira. The Ombudsman Carlos Camargo Asís stated that we cannot stay in clamor and children continue to die from malnutrition and associated causes, absolutely preventable diseases. That is why I have made an urgent call to them and demanded immediate and forceful action from the Colombian Welfare Institute and the National Health Superintendencies, so that children in that department can actually be protected, he affirms.
Application of Resolution 2350 of 2020 of the Ministry of Health and Social Protection is necessary to warrant availability, accessibility and acceptability for the prevention, diagnosis and treatment of this disease. Recognizing is a vital emergency. Final Carlos Camargo Asís. I am sure that in the documental C2 is ICBA and the National Health Superintendency will insist that interinstitutional work is necessary to cure cases of illness and death from malnutrition in children under 5 throughout the country.
Hello, how are you? Good evening. Today The weather was pleasant in Santiago, and basically throughout the central area of the country, with a temperature of 20 in Santiago, 19 in Valparaiso, and in the Maule and Biobío, marks of 17 degrees Celsius were recorded. In the north, there was a hot temperature of 26 Celsius, and in the south, there were heavy rains in Puerto Montt, Puerto Varas, and Osorno. The rains that will be repeated tomorrow in Addison and the road, the central area with minimum temperature of 5 Celsius and the maximum temperature of 17 Celsius. In addition to the prognosis of snowfall, the road, the sector of the mountain ranges that will lead to temperature of 5 centigrade. With this, we finishing the time. Now, is recommended to continue in our melody till tomorrow rest.